Today it's Tuesday, November 19, 2024. And this is the BWA. That before it was a CDL, now it's BWA. Alright, now we can open it after all. Yesterday afternoon I received pistons, connecting rods. This already had it, the calico bearings for the connecting rods. Okay. And what I did today. Bring the block here, bring the crankshaft from the BWA, the main bearings from the BWA, these are the old ones, here are the new ones, alright, in the box. I have the studs for the crankshaft bearing caps down, alright, there, and the cooling jets over there. It's not now the time for that. What's the time now? I'm not going to be able to close the short block today, that's for sure. Because, why? I might upload the video tomorrow. Yeah. Why I'm saying that? Because first, I need to get some measurements. They changed the coating. I don't remember how many years since I used diamond pistons, to be honest. Come on, get out. They changed the coating. And does have an overspray here. Nice, not bad. Not bad. Alright, and these are 2618 classic material, 3.248, that means it's 82.5. Alright, good luck with that. 11.5 cc. Fine. 290 grams. Yeah, alright. So need to get the weight of the pistons, need to check the clearance, piston to cylinder wall. And we're not gonna have any problem with the clearance. It's gonna be, I hope don't have a piston slapping. We're gonna find out when we're gonna get more precise measurement, because it might make piston slapping until it warm up the piston. Until it's warm up and expand the piston, you might have a little bit of sound. But again, it's not for daily use, as far as I know. Connecting rods. Oh boy, how many of those I have? It's piling up over there. Yeah, back to the customer, to the owner, this one. No need. Yeah, also this one. They are putting some empty boxes inside to don't rattle left and right, because after all you need only 4, no need 6, right? Yeah. Just a second. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Not bad. So, piston to cylinder wall clearance to see whatever. Usually they don't have any imperfections, the pistons. Also for the weight. But I want to see if there is any small imperfection. I don't want to end up to have more clearance in one cylinder and less clearance in another cylinder. Makes sense? And the weight. Same thing for the wrist pin. The wrist pin is supposed to be here, and here inside is supposed to be the piston rings. Alright, then connecting rods, like any other time. The total weight, big end, small end, check that's okay. Check the big end, this ARP 2000, the bolts. Yes, it is. ARP 2000, the bolts. Torque down, stretch the bolts, check the diameter of the big end. Check also the small end here to see to be okay. I need to bring another one tool here, I didn't brought it. Alright, yeah, let me brought it here, wait. Alright, some basic tools, like any other time. For checking the big end, then remove the fingers to check the small end of the connecting rod. Alright, the vise for the connectors, I have it always there. Done. For balancing, just to get the weight, to see that we are not all over the place. Micrometer for the pistons. Dial bore cage, I didn't brought it, yeah, I'm dumb. Okay. Torque wrench, the stretch cage from ARP, plastic cage, filler cage, the small micrometer that's measuring 1000 millimeter, scissors, special scissors, paper, pen, and whiteboard marker, okay, to write on the table. So, what did I say? Dial bore cage, yeah, dial bore cage for the cylinders, alright. Yep. And definitely I need a couple of, one socket for the ARP, yeah, that I didn't brought it, fine. one thin flat screwdriver, start working. Now I'm gonna show you now what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna remove everything from here. I'm gonna keep only pieces, connecting rods, only the parts, these nylon things, and this I might keep it because I wanna see how I'm gonna find it and how they found it. Just double check. With the same way I'm double checking my tools, you know. Alright. Fine. Not now, the mains. First I wanna see the clearance, piston to cylinder wall clearance, to start with that first, and then the rest. Alright, give me a second. Now it looks a little bit better, more space. So, the boxes are down over there. Belongs to the customer. Alright, fine. Now, regarding the connecting rods, this is supposed to be 650.3, and this is the number 036 connecting rod. Alright. And this is the 061. Alright. 650.4. Alright. It's not that much the total, it's about what's happening on the big end and the small end. Alright. So, writing down these numbers based on the number of the connecting rod to don't mix it up, start working on it. I'm gonna get the measurement with the bolts and without the bolts. Alright. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 measurements without the one with and one without the bolts. Then the bolt's supposed to be 0.1 of a gram plus minus. Not it doesn't matter where you're gonna put it. That's my point. I didn't put the dial bore cage. Dang it. Never mind. Upper crank main bearings, lower. All right, it's not in order. I just take it out from the box and place it here. The thrust washers. These are the old ones, like I said earlier. But it's not the time now. The piston rings for the end gap. It's not now the time. Okay. It's the time now. Now you're gonna see, what are you gonna see? After this, what you see over here, if I don't find any problem and everything's fine and it's on specs and it's not something way off, the next thing what you're gonna see, you're gonna be piston connections prepared and the crankshaft on the block spins nicely, torqued down to specs, and the cooling jets. But till it comes that time, for you it might be in a second, for me it might be tomorrow. Until it comes the time to install it. Alright, that's it for now. Let's see, we're gonna find out. Let's put also these numbers on the video, just to be on the video, alright? These bags are corresponding to each connecting rod. I put it down, 036, 650.3, 061, 045, 010, and so on. This is corresponding to these numbers. Yeah, I saw you before. Fine, and these bags. Just in case, it's a good thing to have it also on the video. I washed the connecting rods, and one thing that I want to mention, what's the oil gallery here for the wrist pin, how nice it looks like. Alright, I'm gonna show you how I did that, it's not a big deal. Alright, now let's go to see, this was the number 010. And I have to inspect also the oil gallery at the end. I have to put a light here. From this side there is no problem because it's in the groove. But from this side it's a good thing to be negative and don't be positive, don't be up. Now, this how does looks like if you don't touch it, and there is another one. Let's see here. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, they're gonna end up being like this one. Okay, see this one. I'm taking care of some small details. You're gonna tell me, does it matter? To me it matters, for somebody else no. Alright, then this connecting rod, it's been torqued down, these two bolts, that's why it's not like the others. That's how it was out of the box. The rest are just opened by hand, and since it's been torqued down, I want to see that it's nice and round, and I already did that. There is nothing, almost nothing. This side I'm pushing it inside, it's at 0, and then if I spin it Wait 1 second. If I make it like this, again we are at 0, the same point. Lovely. Then, before I remove the bolts, I zero with the stretch gauge the right one. The right one is at 0, and the left one is 9,000 positive on an inch. Alright? I just want, for my reference, to see how much they stretch the bolts. Did they give just only 70 Newton meters because ARP 2000, or they stretch the bolts? And I want to see that we're going to stay nice and round if you stretch the bolts properly. Makes sense? Alright, let me show you how it's going to be this one. Alright, you see the small piece down over there? Alright, this is the number 036. How I'm doing it? By hand. It's very simple. I'm getting high speed steel. This is going to the tailstock on the lathe. I'm getting this and I'm just turning it 2-3 times just to make it smooth. And that's how that looks like. This is still the 036, alright? And you can see inside the oil gallery now there is a chips. There is one metallic shaving there inside. There. Okay. At the end I have to inspect it. I have to see that the oil gallery does have nothing inside. It's not all the time, because at the end I'm washing them again. I'm washing the pistons, the wrist pin. The wrist pin also has oil on it. I didn't wash it, I forget it. Never mind. Connecting it now. Yeah, let me remove the bolts to see how much it's been stretched. And moving on. Yeah. Once again, till now, everything okay. Everything's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Just if you have an oil gallery or something, pay attention. There is another one small thing that I don't like, that I'm gonna check that later. This, when I put it on the journal, on the connecting journal on the crankshaft, I want to check not to be straight or not the connecting rod. On the big end, there is one. It was like this or like that. Here, at this point. No, 1 second. It doesn't sit flush. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to understand through the phone. It makes one small movement. But never mind, because this I'm checking it, I'm putting the connecting bearings, I'm putting on the journal, and then I'm getting the filler gauge to see that this surface here and this surface, it's nice and true, and it's not more tight in one spot and more loose on the other spot. I have a video from the Porsche at the time that I machined the edges on the lathe because it was very tight. We're gonna see about that when it comes to time, not now. Alright, moving on. Let me check the bolts. I'm gonna clean also. I'm gonna inspect again all of them. Nice. It doesn't bite by any means. Doesn't bite because there was already the oil gallery and then the machine the big end. That's what I suspect. You just deburr it, you know, you just clean the metallic shavings, but not metallic shavings, whatever it's remaining there, a little bit. After all, me at least, I don't want to end up on the wrist pin. The wrist pin is not gonna have any problem. The bush will gonna have problem. Okay, the results. Both bolts was torqued down, it was stretched by 5,000 an inch. This, on this one, on this bolt, I zeroed the gauge, and it went, after losing it, at 5,000 an inch minus, alright? And this one was at positive 9,000 and it ended up to be at positive 4,000 an inch. That means 5,000 each of these. Alright, nice, beautiful, lovely. As soon as nice and round, everybody happy. Usually what I'm doing, I'm using the stretch gauge and the torque wrench, you know, because you want to see where you are with the Newton meters, don't guessing. And you want to go there equal, not at once, not stretch, let us say, direct one bolt and the other one to be completely loose and then stretch the other one. That's my point. 3 equal steps, nicely, slowly, to be at least within the torque specs and to be on the stretch point where you want to be. It depends if it's a L19, if it's a 2000, whatever it is. Alright, now let me continue. Nothing else to say. I already clean also the hole here, the small things. I need to blow some air. I'm gonna go outside, not here inside. I don't want to fly away the chips. For now, keep it there. It's not the time. Alright, and I need to clean also these two bolts. I can wipe it. There's nothing wrong with that. Final inspection. I already blow with air actually, the connector rods, but final inspection is gonna be after the final wash, right before I put them together. Then there are some people that are asking, they're saying, why you take one full day to close the bottom end, the short block as an example. You can do it with two ways. I have mentioned that before. You can make it with this way to have a peace of mind that you know what you are doing, you have measured everything, you have passed through your hands, and you make sure that it's safe and you're not gonna have any headache. Or you can just close your eyes, put them all together, and within an hour to have it done. I can close it, let us say, in less than an hour. Don't make a piston ring gap, don't check nothing, don't check none of the connector nodes, so go direct 70 Newton meters on the bolts, put some grease, assembly grease. Don't check the clearance on the crankshaft, just put it on and then say, it's done. It's not that simple, not for me at least, Some people they don't get it, but okay, it's much better that they don't get it. Let me get it. So that's the status. Enough talking. I have to be a little bit concentrated now. Thank you. Let's continue. Now after that, again, if I found something, this is not a big deal, what I show you here. This is, after all, it's gonna come nice and flush, and you see this, it's a little bit more tiny than that one. Just for me, I don't want to have anything ready to come loose. Alright, I'm not blaming anybody, I'm not saying anything, I'm just saying the same procedure for any connector rod, for any build, same thing. I hope that you get an answer when they were asking why you get so much time. I can make it even with 1/10 of the time, within an hour, like I said. Let me continue. Let me decompress this one. No need now. No need now. I'm not leaving compressed the springs. Alright. And this, putting it inside for now. Let's get some weight. Right, results. There's nothing wrong with the connector rods. Even the one that I was showing on the machine surface here, it was not torqued down. That's why. It was, even if it was torqued down, now I test that again with a filler cage on the crankshaft and it was perfect. I didn't show any problem whatsoever. Then I check the piston rings, beautiful. Wrist pin, connector bearings, excellent. From the grams, from the weight, the pistons, as an example, it's 289.8, 0.8, 0.8, 0.7. It doesn't matter where you're gonna place it. On the seat here, how much? It says 290. It's accurate. Alright. Keep in mind that I don't have the same scale like the company. Alright. Connecting nodes, big end, small end. I mean, there is, how much it is? There is nothing. Plus minus 0.3 grams. Yeah, plus minus 0.3 grams, something like that, So it's perfect. Other than the small hole, this one, that's not a big deal. Like I said, there is nothing wrong with that. Continue. What? I need to get to throw the. No, leave this for the crankshaft. Leave it there for the crankshaft. Leave it for the crankshaft. Yeah. All right. Let me put on aside the connectors and the pistons and the wrist pin. Take the scale and the tools out of here. I need the crankshaft and need to open the block. And continue. It looks perfect. I haven't used it so many times. I have used diamond pistons before, or this company. But again, if it's been, let us say, 4 or 5 years since I used it last time, as an example, I don't know the quality control, if you like, or if it's on specs or something. So better checking than to find out later. But it's beautiful. Out of the box without doing anything, other than, like I said, the hole here, the oil gallery, all the rest It's excellent. Even this, it was acceptable. Just for me, for peace of mind, I would like to clean it. Lovely. Moving on. Uncovering the engine block. I just check the pistons. Such a nice and beautiful block, right? Such an amazing. No worries, my hands are dry from petrol. No rust, nice surfaces, nice and true. Everything's beautiful. If the cross hatch in the cylinders was nice and it didn't have these rust spots there, I've shown you before, I'm gonna show you again, because the piston rings, they're not gonna be happy when they're gonna passing through this point. The cylinders are within specs. It's just 100 millimeter, that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter for these pistons at least. It's not tight, it's at 800 piston to cylinder all clearance and it's total fine. Just, you know, this kind of polishing marks, it's gonna be nice to have one fresh cross hatch and on the 4 cylinders there, you see. Alright, I understand from the point that it's not for daily use, it's for racing application, and after 2 seasons most probably need to be opened again the engine, and that time most probably they're gonna make it 83. Probably, I'm just guessing here. Now, what's the plan now here? I'm gonna make the piston ring gap first, the end gap. I'm gonna set it up, and then when I finish from the ring gap, I'm keeping this box because I'm writing number 1, 2, 3 and 4 to don't mix up the cylinders. Alright, and after I finish with the end gap, then I'm gonna continue with the crankshaft for the clearance tolerance to be okay. Alright, it's gonna work fine. It might have a slightly piston slapping, it might have, but not something crazy until it warms up the piston. But not that much. I don't think it's gonna be that much. This is the number 3. Okay, fine. Let's move on. Yeah, piston rings. Finish on the piston ring gap in order. Done. Now, engine upside down. Removing the caps. Put the correct color bearings in order. Crankshaft, plastic cage. And then I'm going for a final clean, final wash of the block and inspection. So, like I said, it's not gonna happen today. I'm sorry. Tomorrow it's gonna be. I'm gonna put together. You know what? I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be a small video, short video. Till now, I have no clue. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna upload it all together tomorrow. All right. All the upper are red. Okay. Rest on the crankshaft. Lovely. Okay. Let's work on it. Like I said, checking the clearance, removing everything, go for final wash inspection, and tomorrow closing, not today, tomorrow. And I need also to wash the connecting nuts, need to wash the pistons, the wrist pin. The connecting bearings does have any problem, I already washed the 2 of those that I use. I just check the thickness, piston rings are okay, it's clean. The main bearings, the lower halves, I need to clean it. The crankshaft I need to clean it again, inspect it, and the block. Yeah, that's the plan. See you tomorrow. For you, it's gonna be a second. Today, dang it, today it's Wednesday, November 20, 2024. I almost forget it. I almost delete the videos. It's ending up, from what I saw, it's more than 20 minutes. The videos that I had yesterday. Now I was ready, I covered the engine, I was going outside to continue with the rest of the parts, because I need from the BWA to get the oil pump and the balance shafts down, to clean them, inspect them, you know, to see, to compare which of these 2 engines they have the better oil pump. You're gonna see later on, because I remember it. It's just only gonna be the next part. Now, what I have done, crankshaft, piston connectors are all in. Alright, just let's make it up. Alright, all are in place. Later on we're gonna spin it, not now. Now that's not the time for that. Dang it, yeah. So let's upload this part because also the yesterday videos. Alright, looks nice, looks beautiful. Alright, assembly grease, assembly oil, stretch the bolts. Let's make it upside down also. I check the, oh boy, I check also the cooling jets to don't interfere with the connecting rod or with the piston. I have already checked that. Alright, it's beautiful, it's not touching anywhere. I haven't read the reading wheel here. I put a dial indicator micrometer here with a magnetic base and I'm reading it. I'm gonna do that later. It's not a big deal. It's not something new. It should be fine. So that's it. Let me continue with the rest of the parts. I want to go to clean the rest of the parts like I said. And then moving on, continue. Yeah, that's it for now. Next part probably today. Thank you.